Hey y'all, what's happening? What's happening? It's your brother Mudhuta. Shouts out to everybody in the world. Peace and love. Um, this is a Amun logistics video. I'm sitting here at the Jamestown, New Mexico Pilot Travel Center. Just came from Walmart in Gallup. I spent the night there last night. I had to buy me some work shorts. As you know, it's getting hot across this country, man. So, but luckily New Mexico is kind of cool. It's in the 70s today. So, but I got a trip to Newark, New Jersey, about 2,500 miles. So that's good. That's good. That'll put me almost to like 4,000 for the week. And yeah, just want to give an update. It's been a little bit over 6 months with WFX. For me personally, things are going well. I've been talking to other drivers out here. Talked to a guy in Kansas, a Caucasian guy, and he really put me up on game, man, about driving as a businessman and not driving just as a contractor or driving just because I like driving. And I do like driving. That's why I'm out here, first of all. Second of all, I'm out here to make as much profit as I can. You know, there's no need to lie about that. So as I'm sitting at this gas station, I started, for the past week, I started driving at 60 miles an hour. And I had a light load. I was getting about 10 and a half miles a gallon. And I drove about 3,200 miles on my last check. And usually I would have got about 15 to 1,600. And then I got 2,000 because I saved a lot of gas and I just drove slow. You know, I just let everybody just pass me. Like, yeah, pass me, man, because I'm glad y'all passing me because I'm making more money. You know what I mean? So I had an increase of what, $400 that week, $400 or $500. And there's a guy out there, if y'all driving and you're serious about making profit, there's a guy named Kevin Rutherford, and he's like a business consultant. He's like a trucking business consultant, and and he'll tell you if you drive slower over the years, over the year, you know what I mean, you will make more money. Like, straight up, you will make, if you were driving top speed, only getting like 6 miles an hour. Okay, I think this FedEx truck gonna move up. If you're driving at like 6 miles an hour, 6 miles per gallon, and you bump that up to 9 or 10 miles a gallon, you're saving like $60,000 for the whole year. So for me, I want to put that 40 to 60, let's say, well, 50 to 60. I want to put that money in my pocket, not give it to these gas stations. See, that's my business. It's all about the numbers. You got to look at your numbers. You got to know how much you're spending on fuel, truck, your truck payment, your insurance, ELD, rental equipment per week. If you're not that type of person, especially in this economy now, where gas prices are going up, and the good thing with WFX, you get a fuel surcharge, right? So it's 60 cents per mile. You know what I'm saying? So I'm out. In actuality, when I looked on my last check, the difference between my fuel surcharge and what I spent on fuel, I only paid like $400 a week in fuel. At 60 miles an hour. I could go slow, I could go 55. I'm not psychologically used to 55 yet. And I don't think I'll ever go that low. I think 50, sometimes I'll do 58. Hold on, let me move forward here. And so the numbers is there. Listen to Kevin Rutherford. You'll find him on YouTube. He got his own channel, I think, on some website. I don't have the name for you guys. I don't have the name for you guys right now, but maybe on my next video I will, put that on there. Because he talks about the trucking business, man, and how you should be driving, and how to look at you. It's very informative. You all stop saying y'all, because y'all is like slang. You gotta learn how to speak well too. A man who speaks well get paid well. So, man who speaks well, that's what my dad told me. Man who speaks well get paid well. So you speak stupid, you're gonna get paid. They're gonna treat you like you stupid, right? And we all know what that's like in the trucking industry, right? And in the computer industry. Well, people talk pretty proper in computer industry, so that may not be a problem. But yeah, and another thing is, I know I'll be talking about this dude, but the Midwest box truck, I was watching a video. I don't think the advice he gives is too good. Now, that's just my criticism from buying a cargo van and buying a box truck 2 weeks ago, a 26-foot box truck. The brother's on there saying that is why I rented a box truck, right? And I'm like, okay, let's hear why he rented his box truck. And he's paying $1,400 a month. He had to pay $1,700 down for his insurance with Progressive. And I'm like, damn, that's already $3,100 before you even get a load. And he's talking about, oh, well, I'm not a mechanic, but, so I'm learning the components of the truck. I'm like, that's a very expensive lesson. You know what I mean? Like, if you would have just put up $5,000 to $6,000 for a box truck, you know what I mean? Find a good mechanic. It's all about finding a good mechanic. You gotta broaden your network to find a good mechanic. Now, I could tell he didn't put his time in to find. I always find a good mechanic. I'm from LA County. You got to have a good mechanic out there, and there's plenty of mechanics in California that'll fix your stuff for a very good price. The brother talking about he had a Sprinter van, and just to change the filters, the brakes, and one other thing was $1,200. You probably could have found somebody to do that for about $500 or $600. You probably could have, because I found people to fix my Beamer for Honda prices in California, but I had to go around finding the mechanic. It's gonna take some effort, but the effort will be well worth it. So minus one. Well, minus one was renting to get into the game. You don't rent to get into the game. You lose too many profits there. Like I said, it's all about the numbers. If you're renting a truck, a straight box truck for $1,400 a month, that's almost $30,000 for the year. Instead of buying a used box truck, let's say right now for like $5,000 to $7,000, you already saved $23,000, and you don't have to pay a monthly payment. So that profit goes in your pocket. Now the truck gonna break down. That's just part of the game. But if you plan for it and you find a good mechanic and you're confident about that, when the truck breaks, get it to him, right? And do preventative maintenance, right? Now you're gonna have to get the truck towed sometimes. Find a nationwide network that will tow commercial vehicles and get the best rate that you can. See, that's the administrative part of running a business. Now, if you're not used to wheeling and dealing like that and negotiating and, and talking and rapping with people about that, you just should not be running your own business, because those are essential business skills it takes to have a successful business. Now, he already messed up there. In my opinion, he already messed up. So his advice is not very good. When I got my insurance for one cargo van. So that way you let your MC age, right? You let your MC age, and at the end of 1 year, you'll get better insurance rates. And plus, I went through an insurance agent that negotiated with Progressive. You don't go straight through Progressive because they're going to charge you twice. Check this out. When I first called Progressive without an agent, Progressive wanted me to put $2,000 down, right? When I went through TNC insurance agency, they wanted me to put $1,000 down. You see the difference there? So you got to be able to wheel and deal and call around. Those phone calls are worth $1 million, y'all. Call around. This is capitalism, man. It's free market capitalism. You call around and get the best price. You don't just, oh, okay, that's what it costs? Okay. Come on, man. You got to make these people fight for your money. They're going to fight for my money. I'm not just giving away my money. So those phone calls help me be sustainable in this economy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are quitting trucking right now. Raiders, and they're driving at 70, 80,000 miles an hour. They're burning up gas. I'm getting 9 to 10 miles a gallon. They're getting like 5 to 6, right? Maybe 7 if they got light freight, maybe 7. And I'm like, yeah, go ahead and pass me, because I'm going to be the brother in the game 10 years from now. You're going to be out because you think it's all about getting more loads. No, it's about getting the load and making the most profit out of that load. And you're only going to get there a couple hours before I will. So I will sacrifice a couple of hours for, for $50,000-$60,000 a year that goes into my pocket. So it's better to own than to lease and rent. Rent, it costs to rent somebody else's asset, but the asset is yours. Well, let somebody rent from you. It's to flip the game around on them, man. Flip it around. Let them rent from you. Why are you always renting like the Midwest box truck? I'm like, what are you? Mentality just all messed up, man. No, see, I came from the IT world. I was an IT engineer, manager. So I used to sit in meetings and stuff. Look at the metrics. Look at the graphs. Look at these value-added resellers like NetApp, Cisco, Juniper, Zerto, Dell, and I knew that they're selling us some bullshit. I knew what was bullshit from what was real, because they'll make it all look magical, and managers eat it up all day, sign contracts, and get effed at the end, because that's why most IT projects fail, because the manager is just not technically apt to ask the right questions and do the right thing. So make sure you ask the right questions, man. Fuel cards. Learn how the program works. Now, I'm sorry, who contacted me? Knight and Swift contacted me about a partner network program that they're in. Now, an exception for the rental would be they have an iron maintenance program that I may or may not be interested in. I'm more interested in the maintenance. See, this is where you got to get in the game and get a network. The maintenance and truck rental program. The truck rental, I want to see the numbers. You know what I'm saying? I want to see the projected freight that I would get. What am I estimated to get for the week? How much is that going to go toward maintenance and the rental of the truck? If that profit margin is not what I'm looking for, I don't do it, because my business model is to go to get in at the lowest possible human price as possible. I'm trying to fly in, like, get in the game, make as much profit as I can. And renting is really not my thing, but I might just wait, because the trucking market came down month over month, purchasing trucks 12%, y'all. So watch Freight Waves, man, because they got all the information for you. So the market for buying trucks is coming down. So wait till the end of the year. It's going to go back down to pre-COVID levels, even maybe below that, based on supply from OEM and how hot the used tractor market is. But if you got money to buy used equipment, good used equipment, make sure you test drive it, look under the hood, take it to get a diagnostic. I didn't do that with my trucks, but I seen the service records of the previous owners, and I can tell a man who takes care of his truck versus a man who didn't take care of his truck. You know what I'm saying? And you have to make that decision. that's what I did. It worked out for me with my cargo van, which I haven't even gotten to load yet because the cargo van, I got a dispatcher too, but the cargo van is a hard business to get into, and they don't pay that well. But I'm still gonna get into it because, like I said, it's all about the network and finding So I got the cargo van. I'm gonna leverage it. All right, this FedEx guy, I think, is he's up next. So I still got time to talk to y'all. But I would not follow the Midwest truck. It just seems like, and to be in the game for 2 years and not know some of the things that I know now. Okay, no, I'm next to get gas. Okay, yeah, he got doubles ahead of me. Put one of these dash cams in here because they love to blame road tractors, professional drivers for everything. Oh, this dude over here, oh, he couldn't wait. So, all right, y'all gonna have to wait up for a minute because I like to get my gas here. But yeah, it's better to own. What did Jay-Z say back in the day? He's we don't lease, we buy the whole car, as you should. My Confederation detonation. I forgot what he said after that. But he said he's all we don't lease, we own the whole car, as you should, right? You want to own it, man. In this country, it's all about ownership. You know what I mean? So if you don't, I can see a lease to own, because that's what I'm doing right now. It's a lease to own. So it gives me a chance to feel what it feels like to own a tractor. Also, I get help. Start mobile fuel. Okay, yeah. Also, I get help because I'm paying toward everything. It's just they take care of the administrative part. You know what I'm saying? With the deals with RTWL, which is the repair arm, or I just want to get 50 gallons here because then I'm going toward Amarillo and the gas is cheaper there. So, yep, that's my trip number. That's supposed to be. Oh no, that's the old trailer I had. Hold on, y'all. That was the old trailer I had. I was sick as a dog about 2 weeks ago in Florida. Oh, I gotta talk about Loves too. Loves in Florida had me sitting there for a whole day to fix a brake chamber in Florida while it was humid as heck, man. And see, this is what I'm talking about, finding a good mechanic. Now, there was a local mechanic shop there that had me fixed within 2 hours. After I waited 24 hours for Loves. Loves, they're good at tires and stuff. I don't think they're good at fixing brake chambers. Get a smaller company to do that. See, I learned that. I'll be right back. Sorry, y'all. We got somebody over here parked, and he's just sitting at the fuel spot. I see why the FedEx guy went around him. I'm gonna have to stop the video. I'm gonna make part 2 of this. All right. Well, I do. Peace.